Okay, so the pickup of the retro games pickups I did a while back. Basically, obviously, I got rid of most between trade-ins at CX and some just were binned because obviously the conditions of the discs were atrocious. But I thought I'd just show the ones I kept. There's a few. Scooby-Doo and the 100 Night of 100 Fright. I haven't tried this yet, but I'm kind of curious about it. The only Scooby-Doo game I've ever played, I think, is was it the PS1 game on, was it called Cyber Chase or something like that? I can't remember the top of it. It was on my sister's PS1, so not PlayStation 1, the remodel PS1, which was a tiny little dinky little thing. Prince of Persia, I'm not sure, to be honest with this. I kept it just because it's in reasonably good condition. I don't really, I haven't played many Prince of Persia other than the original game, so I guess we'll see. I know there's a new one out, but it's Ubisoft, so I'm not going to hate on them because their games don't usually do a lot for me, other than every now and then a bit of Far Cry and obviously Assassin's Creed. But yeah, so not sure about that one. Could be interesting, but I guess we'll see. No idea what this is. Thunderhawk Operation Phoenix. I'm getting very sort of, in fact, Desert Strike vibes from this. So that could be kind of interesting. Manual, so complete. So I might have to try this one. It could be something interesting. Eidos Interactive. I think that's the people that did and published and Core Team, which I think is Tomb Raider. Right. This is. I'm not going to make an apology for this, but I've never played these games before, so. Star Wars Battlefront 2. I've never played them. I know they've re-released them and they were an absolute mess apparently. The discs are okay. I only kept them because I don't know. I guess it's Star Wars, but they're supposed to be really good. But again, never played it. And also Star Wars Battlefront 1. Now, from everything I know of these are better than the ones that EA put out. Mainly because the EA games were pay to win, ironically. That's because you know EA, like they're evil. Nah, they're not really evil. They're just corporate scumbags. Well, not even scumbags, just corporate and gross, I guess you could say. So yeah, but I kept him anyway. You never know. This one's a weird one. This is an American one. I don't know why this was in the auction lot, but I've never even heard of this. Attack of the Toy Bots, and this is one thing I've noticed comparing PAL to NTSC, obviously American and Japanese. They look a lot better. Every PS2 games are PAL ones are bland as hell. So are Master System games. Certain GameCube games, they look really, really good as well. My GameCube stuff, the American ones, they've got the GameCube logo on the bottom there instead of the top, like on the PAL stuff. So yeah, I don't know why that is exactly. It's a bit weird, but obviously I can't play this unless I use an emulator in a disk drive, or I suppose I am planning to mod my PS2 at some point. Just haven't got around to it yet. This one is scratched up, so I'm not sure how this one's going to work. This is starting to it's getting up there in terms of price. It's sadly only the platinum one, but it has got some marks on the disc, so I don't honestly know if it's going to work. In fact, I don't think it will because it is pretty marked, as you can see. But have I cleaned it up? So as you can see, it is pretty scratched. So I don't know if that's going to work. But yeah, great, just dropped it. So yeah, but I've been told the Spider-Man games are getting up in price, particularly the 360 and GameCube PS2 ones. They are getting up in price. Time Crisis, I only kept this because it's Time Crisis. Time Crisis is pretty fun. I haven't got a gun, so where's the disc loose? This is not going well today, is it? Alright. Normally I'm pretty good at this. Yeah, there's a couple of marks on it, but nothing major. So, yeah, so that's another one. Zone of Enders. I don't think this has got the Metal Gear 2 demo with it though, sadly. No, it hasn't. It's just the normal disc. I've never played Zone of Enders. In fact, I can't even get it out of the bloody thing. So, but obviously, this game was quite popular. I mean, I haven't played the game, so I can't speak too much for it. So, a couple of scratches on it in that right-hand area there. So, yeah. But one of the reasons it was did quite well was because it came with a Metal Gear Solid Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty demo of the game. So yeah, Devil May Cry. I'm not a fan of these type. I like the concept of it, and this was one that came off from Resident Evil 4. But at the same time, I don't know, this type of genre is never really one that's really interested me. Although I'm making like a concerted effort to try and get back into some of these. Like the other one I'm looking at the moment is Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance, which is a game I did not get on with at the time when it came out. It was about 10, 12 years ago. But it could be interesting. It's just time and effort, I guess you could say. So, GTA 3, I only kept this because it's immaculate. It looks brand new. And I also got a Vice City collection, and it had both the GTA 3 map, and it also had the San Andreas map. Sorry, so yeah, so it's all complete. I mean, it's GTA 3. What more can you say about GTA 3? It's the game that sort of really put Grand Theft Auto on the map. Obviously, the earlier games are ones I remember. Not as well as the later games, but I'm not personally a big. I like GTA, but I'm kind of over it at this point. It's just, it's like a mainstream game, like FIFA, Call of Duty, to be honest. But it was amazing when it came out, and obviously 5 is just the pinnacle of GTA. Second Sight, I'm tempted to do a video on this because I believe this is from, it's from the creators of Time Splitters. So again, it's in really, really good condition. Immaculate. So, but that one might be one that to do a video on at some point. But sadly, the people that did Time Splitters, their studio was recently closed. I think they're under the what they called. I can't remember the company, the big corporation's called now. But they're the ones that did it's the owners that did games like Gollum. If anyone's played that, and I haven't moaned about that. Splinter Cell, the 360 games Xbox games tend to be not as compromised from what I understand compared to the other ports, other than the PC ports. But yeah, it's in good nick. Maybe Splinter Cell will come back one day. So far it hasn't. It's been Ubisoft have been sort of gestating that game franchise for 10 years now, or something like that. And they desperately need some hits because they haven't really had any hits. The only thing they've got on the horizon that looks decent enough is Assassin's Creed. Is it Shadows or something? So, Jax 2, not a platformer fan in the slightest. I like PS1 platformers. I don't think I've played any platformers on PS. I can't think of any platforms on PS2 that's ever really appealed to me. I know there are some good ones, and this is one of the ones that is really good. There is a PS3 HD collection of these games as well. So if you can get hold of that, but I do understand that is also going up in price now. So that's immaculate condition, really. So that's the only reason I really kept it. I thought, well, and I had a lot. If you remember the video when I did it, I had a lot of games. It wasn't just a few. It got to the point where I was like, this is just too much. Vampire Knight, no idea about this game. Never heard of it. Never seen it before. Never even played it. But it's these types of games are the ones that there's always a possibility of the value of them going up because they're so rare. I don't know if this is particularly rare. I don't imagine it is. But I don't tend to collect all games for all systems. I just go for the ones. Oh, there's a big scratch there though. I'm not sure about that one. Might work, might not. But you know, it's always good for trading credit, I guess, to some degree. But it just depends. I don't go for full collections. I just go for the games that I actually want. And sadly, like a lot of the ones I want are the expensive ones. They're not all expensive. Don't get me wrong, but some are, some aren't. It just depends. Hitman 2. I've never played a Hitman game, but I am a fan of stealth stuff, so it might be something to play at some point. I'd like more like a black label. I don't like these platinum cases. It's only it's a minor quibble in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, good night. But yeah, that's what I've been told. That if I'm a big Metal Gear fan, so stealth genre stuff, that would be something to probably enjoy. I always come back to this bloody game. This is by far the worst PS2 wrestling game in the WWF or WWE franchise. By far. And I only say that for one particular reason. The core concepts, the gameplay and everything is decent enough for what it is. But the problem with this game is it's so easy. It's just not difficult at all. You can unlock everything in this game in a matter of in a couple of days tops, if that. There's a few marks on it. It's just completely unremarkable. There's nothing that stands out in this game in the slightest. It's just that's what disappointed me the most about it. It was the first, I believe, PS2 wrestling game from obviously after SmackDown 2 Know Your Role, I think it was. So yeah, it was really, really disappointing when I got this. I got this as I think it was like one of the release titles. It's just after I think it came out, but yeah. I mean, if you're a collector, I'd probably definitely get this, but you want to be going for, and to me, the pinnacle of the wrestling games, barring like No Mercy and the original PS1 games, the ones I've played, I can't speak for the Raw 1 and 2 on Xbox because I've not heard that much about them, or the GameCube games for that fact. But I always tend to find that the PS2 stuff was the pinnacle of wrestling, especially with WWF before it transitioned to World Wrestling Entertainment. SmackDown, Shut Your Mouth, and Here Comes the Pain. They are pinnacle wrestling games. After that, like SmackDown vs. Raw, and then 2007 and all the following games after that, they changed the control system, and the new control system sucks ass. It was awful, downright awful. They introduced things like stamina systems, which made the games a bit more realistic, but that's why I can't stand the more modern stuff now, is particularly with World Wrestling Entertainment or WWE, because they're more simulation based and it's not fun. It's just not. They're just not fun games. And the counter system on one of the games I had from, was it 2K16 or 2K22? It's awful. It's not fun. You're just countering every. It's just, Whereas some people will say, well, it adds a realism to the games that makes them more, but it's not fun. It's just not fun. I know these aren't realistic games, in the general grand scheme of things, but it just isn't fun. To me, anyway. That's just my personal biased opinion, I guess you could say. But SmackDown has said, Here Comes the Pain and Shut Your Mouth are definitely the ones I would go. The season mode is excellent. I mean, there is a season in this, and from my memory, the seasons are very similar, though those other two games are far more advanced in terms of what you can do, different match types and stuff. But so yeah, sorry, a bit of a rant there on that one, but definitely get the other ones. They're better, easily. I know a lot of people love 2K. Is it 12? The one with Randy Orton on the front, but I just I just didn't think they were very good. More Splinter Cell, Pandora Tomorrow. I think I've got this on Xbox, though. No, I've got Chaos Theory on Xbox. I'm not sure if this is the one set before or after. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, pretty good condition. I'm not going through all these discs. I know I've gone through some of them, but don't matter with some of them, I guess. Pretty good condition. Might try that out at some point. Max Payne, kept it because it's absolutely immaculate. BAFTA winner 2001. I just don't like the PAL stuff for the way the case is, man. They're just not. The spines just they don't scream excitement or anything. 40 quid Blockbuster. Well, that's a store that shut down in like 2000. I don't know, 2010, something like that. It's Max Payne. I've never played the first game. I had the second game on PC back in, was it 2004? Something like that. But, you know, Remedy, I think it's Remedy, is it Remedy? People that are responsible now for like Alan Wake, Control, Quantum Break, which I've never played any of them, so I can't speak. This one's in bad condition. Star Trek Conquest. Strangely enough, I thought this was going to be really good. I thought this was going to be like a Star Wars Empire at War, if you've ever played that. But unfortunately, it's not. It's quite easy, but it's an interesting one. Obviously, the case is completely totaled. In all honesty, I'd have to. And it is Bethesda. ZeniMax, which is now owned by Xbox. And I have put up a showcase for the Xbox showcase video if anyone's interested. It's just like a 20 minutes of the different games that were announced and stuff. So, but it's in good condition. Other than the case is atrocious. But it's a weird one, Star Trek Conquest. Definitely, I don't think it's expensive in particular, but it's an interesting game nonetheless. And yeah, you just build your ships and then just attack space stations. It's very simplistic. And the last thing I got, which is just a demo disc that came with that auction lot, was this. So, yeah. So anyway, that is the showdown. Oh, showdown. That is the games I kept for the PS2. I might get a few more at some point, but right now I'm in the process of buying a house, so my retro stuff might not be as often at the moment, because buying a house in the UK is very, very expensive. And we've got general election coming up soon, so there's going to be some interesting nuttiness, most probably, as there always is in this country. I've yet to play Metroid Fusion. I'm currently streaming Resident Evil Code Veronica. I'm attempting to actually finish some games and then give like a little overview of what I thought of it. I just don't have the time. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, pretty much, yeah. So, but I will be doing videos. I'm probably going to do the odd Let's Play overview. I'm probably going to do one on Scooby-Doo. That looks like something that might be a bit of a laugh.